You're on The Bert Show.
Time to get buzzed on the hot goss from Hollywood with Abby. It's the Bert Show's entertainment buzz.
Just want to give a quick trigger warning for sexual abuse and suicide because we were talking about Jeffrey Epstein. So Whoopi Goldberg is shutting down the rumor that she's on the list of people that are connected to sex offender Jeffrey Epstein.
Yeah, for those that don't know, they just released a crap ton of documents, and people's names are being mentioned throughout these documents, but I've seen a lot of publications say just because the name is in the document doesn't mean they did anything illegal or wrong or were a part of the nasty things he and just Ghislaine were a part of. So I mean, it's very possible. Like Naomi Campbell, for example, her name was in the documents, and it's very plausible she knew him and had no idea what he was doing in his other life.
Yeah, just because Bill Clinton was on that list doesn't mean that there was anything shady going on.
Well, there was something a little extra about Bill in there.
Just saying.
Yeah, just because Prince Andrew was on the list.
And there was a little something extra in there about Prince. You actually have to read the document to see what was allegedly said about Bill Clinton and what was allegedly said about Prince Andrew. That was sketch.
Was Mike Jackson on that list also?
He was on that list. Oh. Yeah, but there were also a lot of fake.
I was like, damn.
But I don't know why his name, I haven't read why, because I've been reading the excerpts, like when the person's name gets mentioned, I read why. The Clinton Prince Andrew one is a
little deeper on that.
Yes, but I haven't read the excerpt on Michael Jackson.
Yeah, don't.
Yeah, I think I'm good.
I don't even know if there is one. Just don't.
Yeah, there's no need to. But there's a lot of fake lists that have been going around, and Whoopi Goldberg was mentioned on a couple of them, and she shut that down real quick.
I don't know. They said I was on an island. They said I'm like, I don't go anywhere. And there's been a lot of stuff recently. I don't know what I've done to anybody, but apparently there are a lot of these kind of sites, but people don't realize that they can be harmful.
So the fake list also named Angelina Jolie, Barack Obama, Beyonce, George Clooney, but it's a fake list.
Yeah,
it is a fake list because the actual names of his acquaintances and associates came out on Wednesday. And I felt from a Hollywood standpoint, it was somewhat anticlimactic because like Kristen said, we didn't get a ton of new information. Like a lot of the names that were mentioned were ones that had already been speculated about, and they weren't listed as associates. Like, for example, Naomi Campbell, he went to her birthday party, but it doesn't necessarily mean that there was anything shady going on. Maybe she just knew him from the high profile circles that he ran in. She actually came out in a YouTube video where she said, what he's done is indefensible. And when I had heard what he had done, it sickened me to my stomach, just like everybody else, because I've had my fair share of sexual predators. And thank God that I had good people around me that protected me from this. Right now, I stand with the victims. They're scarred for life. So other names that were mentioned in the documents were people like Leonardo DiCaprio, Bruce Willis, Naomi Campbell, Cameron Diaz, Kate Blanchett, George Lucas, Kevin Spacey, Michael Jackson.
I found out what she said about Michael Jackson.
Nothing.
No
wants to leave the studio.
I need a moment.
He's like a little kid with his his hands over the.
No, he was mentioned during a deposition in the lawsuit, though he was not accused of any wrongdoing. So when you read the transcript of this deposition, you were asked about the famous people. You said you met Michael Jackson. And once again, the witness confirmed she had met the musician and denied once more having ever given him a massage. There are no allegations of any wrongdoing on Jackson's part in the documentary. He just happened to be at this party that the person that did this deposition was at.
Okay. It was Aaron Rodgers the other day that called out Jimmy Kimmel, right? I think he made a joke on Pat McAfee's show. Did you see this?
No.
So if you don't know who Pat McAfee is, he's got this show on ESPN, and he's kind of a lovable meathead.
Yeah.
Perfect description.
He was a punter in the NFL, and he's got this show with a whole bunch of other meatheads on there with him, but they're all very adorable. But Aaron Rodgers was on, and I guess Aaron Rodgers and Jimmy Kimmel have some kind of beef, and Aaron Rodgers mentioned that when this list comes out, I think Jimmy Kimmel's going to be on it. And obviously, Jimmy Kimmel got pissed.
Wow.
Threatened a lawsuit. Yeah, it's been a thing.
Well, it's because his family started getting threatened.
Yeah.
Because people are they're so entrenched in these conspiracy theories that the moment your name is even mentioned, they're like, you were a part of the sex trafficking. And so his family, his kid, like he started getting death threats. And he's like, I'm going to seek legal action for Aaron Rodgers for even putting my name out there like that because you've caused turmoil for my family.
Well,
You
yeah.
can't just throw that around because you don't like somebody.
Right.
Prince Andrew, of course, was mentioned. Former Presidents Donald Trump and Bill Clinton were also mentioned. So, yeah, a whole bunch of stuff that we pretty much already knew. For more stories, head to the Bert Show podcast on your favorite listening platform.
You're on The Bert Show.